So yeah, so are you making sense? Again, the way that I heard it is in this period of your life, you're finally getting in touch with what's really another, oh, this is a beautiful way because we have to start pulling it together anyway. But this is the way that I see healing as well. Just so you know, I don't use the language that you are, but I call it, not that I call it in my field, we call it integration. In other words, there is this other side of you, Dr. Kerry, that's always been there, right?
Right, right,
But it's been split off again, repressed, who knows, disavowed,
right,
and
right.
now you're coming into contact with this other side. And I think that's like the hug also that you mentioned. That's why I was like, give us an example for my listeners of what's the hug. The hug doesn't have to be a literal hug. It's an internal embrace as you keep in mind that I'm not actually alone. Like I could try to make a claim that I'm all alone and I'm suffering, but I'm not actually alone.
Right. I had a really powerful moment that for me, it shifted everything. So I always tell stories, so that's the way I understand things. So I financially, I was in a place where I didn't have everything was tied up in land, so I didn't have any
Mm,
cash, and I owed an enormous amount of a bill. I had to pay for the IRS, and I didn't have the cash to pay it. So I was panicking over that, that moment of distress, like, oh no, the world's collapsing. I could feel myself
mhm.
become extraordinarily
Yes,
dysregulated. And then I realized, I said to myself, what's the worst going to happen?
yes,
So they penalize you with more money and they make you may pay interest. And in worst case, if they even put you in jail, which they're not going to because I'm going to be compliant, but even if they did that, I would not be annihilated. This is not going to destroy
yeah,
me. And in
yes,
that
yes,
moment, I found it's like, there me is. And she's always been there and nothing can take that away.
yes.
To me, it was a very consolidating moment.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Dr. Kerry, because this is why I appreciate talking to you, because integration came up at the very end, object constancy, the tug, the symbolic hug, right? And now you just mentioned annihilation. And as I was listening to you, I was saying to myself, this is not annihilation anxiety. Like she's not going to fall. Annihilation anxiety means you literally believe that you're going to fall to bits and pieces, like you're going to decompensate.